What's up, everybody? Hey, Jerry, how was golf? It was good, Jerry. First time out this year, and it was good. The course was in really rough shape, considering it's spring, and you'd think, unfortunately, I think this course is just not doing a very good job maintaining. But anyway, it was still fun. I think I shot a 49, which is not good. I mean, it's not bad, but it's definitely not good. So, but we had fun. I thought we were going to play 18 holes, which originally is why I moved the break posting time the way I did. And then when we arrived at the golf course and we were checking in is when I found out we were playing 9 holes, which is fine. Not a big deal whatsoever. Probably, my body probably is thanking us for only playing 9 because I'm already sore. You know, you start doing things that you haven't done in 6 months and all your muscles are like, what are you doing? So, probably a blessing that we only played 9, to be quite honest. But we had a good time. I always try to have fun playing golf because if you're not having fun, why are you doing it, you know? Like, I'm not going to ever be a professional golfer, so I need to come to grips. You know, most people think, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that. You just have to come to, grips with reality with what you're playing and what you're doing and what you're trying to accomplish. And my whole goal and what I'm trying to accomplish is just to have fun. I'm 41 years old. The ship has sailed for me making the PGA Tour. Now, the Senior Tour, maybe. Hey, Senior Tour, baby. Champions Tour. Here we come. But no, we had a good time. A lot of fun. Hit some good shots. Hit some bad shots. I felt really out of sorts because I had new golf shoes today, new golf bag, a new GPS, which I've never had a GPS before. And so just a whole bunch of things going on all at once. Was that the crack of a bush? It was not, Sarah. Because of the weather that we've got coming in, I am not drinking alcohol tonight. Just because I want to make sure, even though it's only, like 1 or 2 drinks or whatever, but just want to make sure I've got all abilities and capacities at 100% if need be. So, for whatever may be in store for us tonight. So, before we get going too far, the person that claimed Tony Stewart has backed out of that spot. So if you would like Tony Stewart in the break, you can speak up and claim him. Otherwise, I'll just let it be a house spot. I mean, I collect Tony, so it's not a big deal. But I want to offer it to everybody. If anybody wants that spot, you're more than welcome to claim it. It was $30 for Tony. But like I said, somebody claimed him and then had to back out. I don't know if he's having an issue with Venmo or what's going on. But so claim Tony, but give it to Nick Chase. Okay, Paul. I will do that, man. So we'll put Nick Chase via Paul. All right, cool. So that solves that. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate you helping with that. And whether it's you or Nick that's sending, you can do that later. Don't worry about it right now. Next order of business is the duck race filler. I'm going to try to move things. Yeah, no rush. Let's do it. You can do it after the break, man. I'm not worried about you. Duck race filler. Like I said, I'm going to try to go fairly swiftly through this stuff. First, second, and third place is what we're looking for. I think the only person I'm missing is Joey on that, but he literally just claimed it a couple minutes ago, so we'll give him some time. Sounds good, man. Yeah, no rush. All right, 16 ducks. Let me point you guys down a little bit. Move that back so y'all can see. Let's shuffle them up this time. And here we go. Good luck. I'm going to turn that heater off. If it starts getting chilly down here, I might kick it back on, but for now, we'll turn it off. We're going to do the duck race first, and then we'll do our giveaway for the night. And then we're going to get going. I wanted to do the duck race first. That way, if somebody from the filler wins the giveaway, we know who that person is. Ooh, at the line. Oh, 15 made a move, and then we got a beak and beak for second and third. So 15, 𝐁𝐫𝐞𝐞𝐤. Second place is 16, and that's going to be Dave Colasar. And third place is 13, and that's going to be William Heron. Thanks for showing you the duck race. You know, Brian, that's what this originally was intended for. This website and what their original intention was for randomization stuff in classes. It's like a teacher's thing. Yep. So there's how our filler looks. Jeremy, Dave, and William, first, second, and third. Congrats to you guys, and thank you again to everybody else who participated. And then let me jump out of this over to our other screen. Bum, ba, bum, bum, bum. Da, 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 da. Copy our list. Come back over here. Dump it in there. Tonight's giveaway is going to be for a t-shirt. This is an extra large t-shirt. The last one was a large. Tonight's is extra large. So it's another one of our Rip It Racing Brakes t-shirts. It says "That Doesn't Suck" on the back. And then on the front left pocket, it's got our logo, the Rip It Racing Brakes logo. If you are not an extra large, can't use an extra large, don't have a use for it, you're just going to use it as a shop rag, let me know, and I'll gladly pass it on to somebody else. I don't have sizes that we can shuffle through. I literally had a couple large and extra large made when we had them done, and that was it. If you can't use the extra large, just let me know. No hard feelings. I understand that myself, being a 3X guy. But, if you're just going to use it as a shop rag, I'll give it to somebody else. Otherwise, whoever gets that can, certainly wear it with some pride. So, here is our list. And we'll get to randomizing. We're going to do this 3 times, just like we've been doing this week. So that's 1, 2, and number 3, going to be Michael Clay. Michael Clay at the top with the Ty Dillon spot. Michael Clay wins the t-shirt. All right, so congrats, Mike. And let me get some gloves, and we're going to get started here. Also, as we're starting, I just want to mention, I know I commented about this, but I want to make sure everybody's aware. There are some severe storms moving through the area. They are still west of us, but they are already in parts of Ohio. So I'm going to do this as swiftly as I can. In the event that we would lose power and you see everything go black all of a sudden, we'll stop exactly where we're at. I'll kind of, mark everything. We'll leave everything exactly where we are. And then once we get power restored, then we'll resume, whenever it's, obviously safe to do that or whatever. So, there's no imminent issue right now, but I'm just stating that out loud so that everybody knows what the protocol would be, if that were to happen. So, I got our 6 boxes stacked up here. We're going to start with Prism. We're going to do Prism first, then Chronicles. Don't ask me why. That's just what we're doing. I guess it's just because that's the way I stacked them up there. I don't have any other reason beyond that. I guess Prism came out before Chronicles in 2020, so I guess maybe that's another reason. I don't know. All right, here we go. Empty box. Excited about, this should be a fun one. Kicking it a little old school. I mean, this is 6 years ago. Missed the duck race, did I win? You did not, Jake, I'm sorry. It was Jeremy Teetsworth, Dave Colasar, William Herron. Got a red Velocity Martin Truex Jr. This is back when they did variation prisms. So this is like 7-time champ is the Jimmy Johnson variation. I've got a Hyper Bubba Wallace. Silver with the mask, Denny. My son, back in COVID, he would call him Smacks. He had trouble with his pronunciations, and so instead of mask, it was smack. Big card inbound, 9 out of 10. Gold endorsements, Kyle Busch. Boy, Kyle Busch has been hot this week during spring break week, and it has continued. Going to Thomas Jones Jr. Congrats, Thomas. That's nice. Get you a mag for that one, sir. Gold KB. Yeah, showing up like it's his job this week, isn't it? Gold out of 10. Very nice. Congrats. Nice hit, Thomas. Okay. Got a pink Alex Bowman, and I will say, of all the parallels, I kind of missed the pink parallels the most. That was 23 out of 50 for JR. I'm a guy that's secure in his, in manhood, so to speak, and I don't have a problem with pink, so. Blue stained glass BK. You got to remember, now back in 2020, a lot of these parallels were not numbered. So if you see, like, a lot of these colors, none of these are numbered cards. We've come a long way in that sense, because now a lot of our stuff in Prism is, for the most part, I mean, it's not all, but more. So silver Kurt Busch. Man, I don't know what my wife and daughter are doing, but they're carrying on up there. Signing sessions, Derek Kraus. That's going to go to Scott Dixon. Talk about another random driver pickup for Scott Dixon. Also, Scott Dixon, if you're watching, Sarah and Matt Spielman purchased the Brandon Jones spot for you. I forgot to mention that earlier. But seeing your name made me think of it. So might want to send a thanks their way when you get to it. We got a hyper Danica Patrick, as Tom calls him, D. Patrick. And then Thad Moffitt red. Again, like I said, a lot of these colors are not numbered from back in the day. This was a big rookie year, too, if you remember. Haley Deegan had rookies in 2020. Tyler Reddick was considered a rookie. Christopher Bell was considered a rookie. Cole Custer was considered a rookie. You had a pretty strong rookie class as far as, you know, cards are concerned. Purple Disco, Chris Buescher. Nobody claimed Chris Buescher. That's interesting. Going to Dave. Dave, 63 of 75. We're going to have a couple silvers, it looks like. Silver Powertrain, Chase Elliott. Silver Numbers, Kevin Harvick. For those that weren't around in the very beginning, 2020 Prism was the very first product we ever did a break with in the group. Way back in the day. Blue Velocity Bubba. A lot of Prism dust. Got a hyper stained glass Austin Dillon. Stained glass in our world doesn't carry the same weight as stained glass in other sports. It doesn't seem. Well, I mean, it definitely is not the case. Not doesn't seem. It's definitely not. 14 of 30. Red and blue hyper signing sessions. Mike Harmon going to Scott Dixon as well. Two interesting driver choices for Scott, and he hits with both. Scott, we're gonna start calling you Will Black, because that was always Will's MO. He would hit consistently no matter who he took for a while. Will's been on a little bit of a colder streak. Four autos you got, yeah, for sure. I mean, they did that all the way up to 2023 with the 4 autos. Green Scope, Brad Keselowski. Stained glass. BK goes to James Holland. That is 68 out of 99. And then we got a red Kyle Busch. Silver, Brandon Jones. And then we got a silver endorsements, Zane Smith for Andrew Haywood. Here, let's put Zane up here for a minute. We'll trade those guys out. We'll probably have to run the lint roller Zamboni through here after each prism box, because I forgot these dump a lot of stuff on the desk. And I just don't like potentially getting that stuff in between cards and sleeves, or cards and sleeves and top loaders or whatever. So a much earlier Noah Gragson Hyper. And then we got a blue Jeb Burton. There's the Mosaic William Byron. That'll go to Lewis. 134 of 199. Hopefully, if you're in the path of these storms, you guys are all staying safe. I know they were talking about Indianapolis, and that's where Storm Ghost is. I know they were talking about Mansfield and Northern Ohio, which Dave Colasar's up that way. You know, we've got people all over the place. So if you're in the path of those storms, heed the warnings, be safe, take the extra precaution. We'd rather you live to tell the story about how you didn't need something than the other way around. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep it that way. All right, let's get the old Zamboni in here. Yeah, look at I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Look at all that box of Prism leaves behind. It leaves so much crap behind when you do that. Snowing there, Jake says. Well, it might snow here. I don't know. It's possible that it could snow. Oh, I knocked over my penny sleeves. Hang on a second. I'm messing around, and I knew it was bound to do something. So hang on. Nothing like a faux pas. Probably just toss those couple. It was only a few that I knocked over. It wasn't the whole stack. Probably just toss those. I got a concrete floor, and when you pick them up, they like put a scratch on them and stuff. And I just soon not use them. Yeah, it's supposed to get like we had 80 something degrees today, 80, 81. And I think it's supposed to be like 40 tomorrow. And then 60 on Sunday. So or like 40 tomorrow, 50s on Saturday. I forgot Saturday's in between Friday and Sunday. Yeah, it was only a few, thank goodness, on the penny sleeves. It was only a few, but yeah, definitely a pain to pick up. It's like when you drop a pack of M&Ms. You're like, oh no, they just go everywhere. Yeah, Brad, it was perfect. It seems like every time we have a nice day here, we've got to have 20 miles an hour wind, but I guess that's the trade-off. But yeah, it was perfect here today. We got some gold. Look out. Next level gold. John Hunter Nemechek. Yeah, that doesn't suck. 3 out of 10 for JR. 102 today, 55 tomorrow. Wow. Wow. That is a big swing, Thomas. I mean, I thought 80 to 40 was a swing. Whew. Big temperature swing. Yeah, these are sharp. These next level. Congrats, JR. Probably a good time, as we're seeing some of these really nice cards come out, probably a good time to remind everybody, PSA submissions are due Monday. If you haven't sent out yet and you're hoping to send something in, my advice is get it out tomorrow, and you're going to need to send it priority mail. And I still can't guarantee it's going to make it here. But if you tell me that it's shipped tomorrow and it's priority and I've got tracking, I could potentially hold things up for, a day for you if I need to. But otherwise, if you hit something in a break, we can certainly grade it with this submission. Otherwise, we're pretty much kind of towards the end of getting those submissions in for this month. And we'll start working on next month. Blue Chris Buescher. Just like it saw a state trooper, 102 to 55. Officer, I wasn't speeding, I was qualifying. I have that sign. I have that sign down here. I used to have it back behind us for a while. We got a hyper Tyler Reddick rookie. Rookie season for Tyler Reddick. And we got a silver Clint Boyer. Velocity. And Michael Self signing sessions. Going to Andrew Haywood with the auto. Objects in mirror are losing. That's a pretty good one. Purple Disco, Kyle Busch. Back to Thomas. 27 of 75. Good looking cards. Red Matty D. Silver Kevin Harvick. Get used to the view. And then we're going to have 11 out of 60. 11 out of 60. Okay, the Mosaic endorsements, Ty Dillon. Ty Dillon goes to Michael Clay. Of course, Michael Clay won the t-shirt earlier. Hyper Brittany Zamora going to Michael Amundsen. Another rookie, Zamora. Blue stained glass, Ryan Blaney. She looked intense there. Gonna say it feels like there's two cards. There was green scope velocity, Jimmy Johnson going to Dale. 14 out of 99. We got the silver Clint Boyer. Silver numbers, Chase Elliott. I remember specific things about some of these products. So 2020 Prism was the first time I pulled a Chase Elliott autograph in a personal box for myself. And I was super excited. Like, I'm not a Chase Elliott fan, but I just knew it was a good autograph to hit, you know. So I was kind of super excited about that, and then realized, oh, the sticker was on upside down. So I had an upside down Chase Elliott auto, which is more common than you think. Because his signature kind of looks a little bit similar both ways. Red Denny. Let's see, we've hit, oh yeah. Yeah, Scott, if you're just getting here, you've already missed a couple of your hits. I think both drivers that you claimed have already hit, which is silly. Oh, we're upside down. Hyper Clint Boyer. Oh, we got two there, sorry. It can usually tell right away. Mike Harmon for the memes. Yeah, I think you hit Harmon and Kraus autos already. So, you're in like Flynn. Silver Harrison Burton, another rookie. This is going to be nice. 17 of 24. Rainbow endorsements auto, Ryan Blaney. Aside from the pink, the rainbow would be the next favorite parallel for me. Blaney goes to Brian Doobie. Brian has been on a streak recently, too. Congrats, Brian. Let's put, let's change Blaney for Kyle Busch. Give young Blaney a chance to be on the stand for a minute. Okay. Never see 20 Prism. Oh, yeah, for sure, Scott. Scott, now that you're watching and I've got your attention, I said this earlier, but you might not have been here. Sarah and Matt Spielman gifted you the Brandon Jones spot tonight as well. 177 of 199 on the Logano Mosaic stained glass, also for Brian Doobie. So anyway, just wanted to make sure that you knew that. And speaking of Brandon Jones, there he is. Blue BJ, which is not something that you want necessarily. Those two things should never usually come. Never mind. We're going to stop the sentence right there. This is going south, and it's not going anywhere good, so we're going to just stop. Sooner than later, I'm going to be the meme, so. Silver, John Hunter. And 23 of 25. Patented penmanship. Oh, that's cool. Pink Jeff Burton. But what a color match with his X-eyed batteries car. That's cool. Jeff Burton going to Dale Waters. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. I like it very much. Oh, other way. I think we got one stuck. There we go. We got a hyper Kevin Harvick. And a red Kurt Busch. Matt said he felt a nice Brandon Jones. I'm glad he specified Brandon Jones and didn't abbreviate that shorter for Scott, because that would have been awkward for a man to say to another man. Like I said, it's going nowhere. It's going nowhere good tonight. All right, let's bring in the lint roller again, because man, this makes a mess. All right. Third and final box of Prism. And then we're going to move on to Chronicles. I didn't have any today, Scott. That's the crazy part. Didn't have any. I will have I'll have a couple beers when I'm playing, but I try to keep it in check, because I'm there to play golf, not drink. But I am one of those that if I've struggled on the first 6 to 9 holes, something like that, I will flag down the cart girl and say, "Hey, give me a 6-pack." So I am definitely that golfer. It's like, well, if we're not gonna play good golf, then we might as well drink. Do some good drinking. One per hole. I can't drink that much, Dave. Can't golf properly until I'm drunk. Blue Thad Moffitt. Only do scrambles. Yeah, scrambles are the best. Scrambles are the best. I don't know that I would say that I'm terrible. I would call myself probably an average golfer. For those that don't know, I played golf in high school, so at one time I was decent, but that time is long gone. Now there's just various random glimpses of decent that pop up every once in a while. Hyper Eric Jones. We got a silver Chase Elliott. Bribe the beer girls from the outing next to us to come over. That's legendary. 34/75, Greg Alding. Green Scope scripted signatures. Going to Joey Kroger. Yeah, that's stuff that legends are made of there, Dave. Straight left to the next hole. Mosaic, Ryan Preece. Going to John. 135 out of 199. And then I got a red Chase Elliott. Mention that you Yep. That's the key, is you tip your server, your bartender, your waiter, whatever, tip them well up front, and then they know, hey, I better take care of these people. They mean business. Silver Velocity Jimmy Johnson. We're going to go 63/99, Mosaic Signing Sessions, Chase Briscoe. Who got Briscoe? James Ward got Chase Briscoe. And yep. Dude started pulling the beers from the bottom and the fresh dogs. Exactly. We sat down. So I've told this story before. But years ago when I worked for the Blimp, it was when the Bears were in the Super Bowl. I don't know what year that was. Somewhere around 2006 or 7. Somewhere right in there. Hyper Ryan Blaney. But anyway, I think the Bears were in the Super Bowl. And we went to the Ale House in Tampa, Florida. And the way they had that set up was it was $50 per seat to watch the Super Bowl. And so you paid for your seat, and then it was all you can eat, all you can drink during the game. It was as much beer, or you could have beer, like domestics, or well liquor, so kind of like the cheaper rums, cheaper vodkas, well drinks. And but anyway, $50, and they had pizza, they had wings, they had shrimp, they had good food. And so for $50, it seemed like a no-brainer, and it was a terrific deal. It was a genius move for the restaurant to do that. But anyway, we had a table of 10. Like, we had our own table. And the first, we got seated, and the first time our waitress came up, the pilot that worked for us, his name was Terry. Terry handed the waitress a $100 bill before we really did anything. And he said, "This is yours." And she goes, "Okay." And he says, "It's up to you from here. This is either the start of your tip or the end of your tip. It's up to you." And boy, did we have service. We didn't ask for a thing. 41/99, Brett Moffitt. Brett Moffitt, I believe, is unlisted and is going to go to Thomas Jones Jr. And I think we ended up tipping that girl probably, I don't know. I bet she walked away probably $800 that night by the time it was all said and done, just from our table. So, and it was one of those things that I had never seen somebody do that in person. And I was like, boy, that was kind of a power move, you know, and man, like I said, we didn't ask for nothing. Dialed in, Clint Boyer. I like these a lot. This is a fun set. Six, seven. I saw it, Scott. I was rambling, though. Red Velocity, Jimmy Johnson. That's funny. Hyper Cole Custer. So yeah, if you're ever at a restaurant and you're like, man, I just really want good service tonight, tip your server before you even start in a similar fashion. Hey, this is either the start or the end of your tip. You decide, and watch what happens. 45/99. Mosaic endorsements, Hailie Deegan auto. Deegan is going to go to Sarah. Man, my son's getting all hyped upstairs. I don't know what he's doing, but he's getting fired up. Hailie Deegan. Super shiny. Jeez. Good Lord. Mosaic, Austin Dillon, stained glass. That's the bookend, 199 out of 199. Blue, Denny Hamlin. The parachute, yeah, where they were flying in. Yep, that's the parachute card. Correct. Yep. Silver, Zane Smith. And sticking together, autograph, signing sessions, Michael Annett. Michael Annett is unlisted and will go to Thomas Jones Jr. Yeah, no doubt, Sarah. That would be a cool hit. We pulled the... what? I think it was the Next Level Hailie Deegan Gold Vinyl 101. I pulled in the very first break I ever did. I've told this story many times. But the very first break I ever did, I pulled the gold vinyl 101 Deegan, and it was somebody that got in the break. He confirmed he received the card and all that, and then poof, gone. Never heard from the guy again. Never got another break. That was it. He was one and done. I think he was like, hey, I'm never going to do this any better than that, so I'm out. Red Chase Briscoe, was there ever a cause of... I did not hear anything on that, Jake. I am not sure if they ever released any. I'm not sure if it was a medical situation or... I'm not sure. Blue Cracked Ice, Brandon Brown. This was back in the legendary Let's Go Brandon fiasco. 12 of 25. You got to feel for Brandon Brown, though, because I think that really hurt him. Brandon Brown going to Dave on the short print. We got a couple silvers to close out this Prism box. Justin Haley. And a Stars and Stripes Tyler Reddick, TR45. And that is all she wrote for Prism tonight. All right, let's move these. And I'm going to move these just to keep everything tidy. I'm going to grab a quick sip of Pepsi. I'm drinking Pepsi Zero. I know I said we were going to do alcohol every night, but boy, is it not worked out that way. All right. I think we're ready. Ready for Chronicles. Let's do the thing. Did you guys see that Dover International has made RC Cola their official beverage? Instead of Pepsi or Coke, they've gone with RC, which I find fascinating. I like RC. First, let me say that out the gate. I like RC. If I'm given a choice between the three, Coke, Pepsi, or RC, in the original flavor, you know, the full sugar version, I'll choose the RC over all of them. So I just find that very interesting from a marketing move. It's just not mainstream, you know. But I'm not a beverage kind of what do you call it, like a beverage snob or whatever. Like I don't like for example, my wife is Diet Coke only. Like she doesn't drink any other soda or pop, whatever you call it. We call it pop here. Kevin Harvick Chronicles patch going to Ronnie. But she doesn't drink any other pop besides Diet Coke, where I will drink anything, basically. You know, Coke, Diet Coke, Coke Zero, Cherry Coke Zero, Pepsi, Pepsi Zero, Diet Pepsi, Diet Mountain Dew, Mountain Dew Zero, Code, you know, like basically anything I'll drink. Like, essentially. So, like, I'm all for, I think it's cool that they're doing RC as their official drink. $147 or $199. Blue Titan Willie B. Going to Lewis. For those that maybe aren't as familiar or forgot, you can pull jumbo patches out of Chronicles. Not saying that we're going to, I'm just saying that it's a possibility. It can happen. Spencer Davis Spectra. Danica, unparalleled Chase Elliott. And then we got a red Max McLaughlin. A fizzy. My daughter doesn't drink pop or soda, whatever you call it. She doesn't drink it at all. Not because she doesn't like the carbonation. 85 and 99 on Mad Max. Going to Thomas. So if it's got carbonation in it, she will not touch it. So basically she drinks water, juice. She doesn't drink milk either. So basically water, juice, like Gatorades, lemonade. That's about it for her. So, Ascension, rookie auto, Christian Eckes, 22 out of 199. Christian Eckes will go to Thomas Jones Jr. Says it's spicy. I like that. That's funny. Denny, 81 of 199 with the Blue Chronicles. Who has Denny? Steve Teskey. Then we got a red Illusions Haley Deegan, 36 out of 99. Going to Sarah. And silver Crusade Danica. My son upstairs is bouncing off the walls. I don't know why either, but it's hilarious. Ascension Eckes. Garrett Smithley Spectra. That's going to go to Thomas Jones. Red Mosaic Spectra. 19 out of 25 on the short print. Pickled jalapenos out of a jar and they're not spicy. My son, so funny you should say that, Scott. My son and daughter are both like this about mint toothpaste. They don't like mint toothpaste because they think it's spicy, which I guess is a pretty close 38 of 199 Danica. You know, when you think about it, it is. And I use I don't know if it's Scope or Listerine brand mouthwash, but it's pretty potent. And every once in a while I'll say, "Oh, that's spicy," because it's got some giddy up to it. The Danica goes to Tom Chan. Silver Select. I remember opening Chronicles 2020 and saying, "Man, I'd love to get Select as a set," and here we are. We finally got it. Don't like mint anything? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what they'll do as an adult if they'll use, flavored toothpaste for their, or if they'll grow out of it or what. But for now, they will not use mint anything. 10 out of 10, and I believe that's going to be a double door number. Yeah, that doesn't suck. Gold Select Auto on card, Eric Almirola. And it's a double door number, 10 of 10. Going to William Steele. Sister is allergic to mint. Interesting. I don't know that I've ever heard that before, Mike. My wife is allergic to, are you ready for this? Tylenol. My wife cannot take Tylenol, or the drug in Tylenol, the acetaminophen. She can't take it. Allergic to it. Gold AA. Congrats again, William Steele. And then right behind that, we got a Hailie Deegan Ascension 14/99 rookie red. Back to Sarah. Can find some mild on the mint. $63.01.99. William Byron going to Lewis. Silver Titan Martin Truex Jr. There's old Mikey Harmon. Reddick. And we might have a daily double. Sure enough, 22/25. Purple Michael Annett. On-card auto out of Chronicles. Right back to Thomas Jones Jr. Michael Annett. Allergic to apple skin. Really? Just the skin, huh? 196/199 Ascension Joe Groff Jr. blue. He will go to the unlisted spot and Thomas. We got a Martin Truex Jr. Crusade blue for William Steele. That's interesting. 140/199. Mom is allergic to aspirin. Huh. Yeah, I'm not really allergic to anything in particular. Well, I guess I am, because I've had an allergy panel or whatever done, and I'm allergic to cats, or specifically cat dander, and then I'm mildly allergic to just pet dander in general. And I think I have some kind of allergy to either grass or pollen. Because when I mow grass, especially when it's dry out, man, my eyes get red and itchy, nose starts running. I once knew somebody, so this is a funny one that you guys may not have ever heard of before. I once knew somebody that was allergic to concrete. I had never heard of that. Wildly allergic to cat dander, but can barely breathe. But dogs don't bother you. Yeah, that's me too, Scott. The cat dander is what really... We have dogs, and every once in a while, like especially if I'm vacuuming, you know, where there's a lot of dog hair, then it bothers me. But just day to day, not really. Unless the dogs are, like, up in my face a lot. Chronicles patch, Kevin Harvick again. Back-to-back patches. Never been stung by a bee, wasp, or hornet. That's interesting, Brian. Now you've probably jinxed yourself, though. How do you... I don't know, Scott. I don't know. Blue, Jimmy Johnson. It was actually, funny enough, it was a guy I worked with. He was a technician. 79 to 199, Jimmie Johnson. I guess the way he explained it to me is with the concrete, he was only allergic to the powder, like concrete mix or in powder form. Once it's like a hard concrete, like he doesn't like reach down and touch the ground and then break out. But the powder was a problem for him. So I guess that was the real kicker for it. Oh, there we go. That's a nice one. Green Scope Spectra Tony Stewart. That's going to go to Nick through Paul. 4 out of 49 for Smoke. That's cool. Pedal to the Metal out of 199, Martin Truex Jr. Blue for William Steele. Spectra. Yeah, I like Spectra. They were fun. When 2020 Chronicles came out, I put the whole Spectra set together, the base set. And I held on to it for a long, long time. I finally sold it probably a year ago. I think I'm allergic. Nice, Brian. That's funny. Purple Reed Sorensen, 12 of 25, Ascension on-card auto. Reed Sorensen, going to Thomas. Eric Jones out of 199, blue. Yikes, Scott. Yikes. Going to Jake. I think this one's going to be numbered. Yeah, 138 of 199. Unparalleled. Kevin Harvick. Going to Ronnie. That's the Astral. And then we got a red Titan, Kurt Busch. Going to James. 42 of 99. Doctor said, shouldn't eat steak or barbecue. I said, I'll take my chances. Well, I don't have to worry about steak. I don't eat steak, Scott. Barbecue, on the other hand, boy, that would be a tougher one for me because I love ribs. How about the Daily Double? 3 of 25, Ryan Blaney. Chronicles short print on-card auto. Blaney going to Brian again. Nice. Congrats, Brian. Yeah, I knew somebody that was similar to that, Scott, that had, it was my old boss. He had to chew his food. So, first of all, like, he had to cut his food up pretty small, and then he had to chew it, you know, really well to make sure that he wasn't getting stuff stuck anywhere. Limited Custard of 199 goes to Danny. So, you're not the first person I've heard that from, or that I've known with a similar situation. And there was a couple times where I knew him and he had to go to the hospital, and they would have to like go in and like surgically move something because it would get stuck. But you know, they knew, like, they were versed enough to know what signs to look for, and he kind of knew when it was happening and all that. So a Spectra 𝐒𝐫𝐲𝐫𝐫. Yep, that sounds identical to what he used to deal with. Spencer Davis, blue, Titan. Going to Thomas. Out of 199. This is the set I would most like to see, I think. Either Mosaic or Phoenix, I would really like to see in NASCAR. On-card auto, Daniel Hemrick. Going to Will Black. I was just talking about Will earlier, being on a bit of a down streak. Now he hits. 93 at 200. He's back in the game. Red Chronicles, 35 and 99. Jimmy Johnson. Belongs to Dale. You forget just how many cards and how many different things there are in Chronicles. You know, like varieties and serial numbers and this and that and everything in between. It's a lot going on. 6 of 25. Purple. Brad Keselowski. Illusions. 6 of 25 for BK. Going to James. And Silver Phoenix. Brittany Zamora. Yeah, no doubt, Scott. Three to four SPs. Yeah, exactly. Was it hard to find? I don't know, Sarah. I actually asked my LCS owner a while back when we were a couple weeks before spring break. I said, "Hey, can you look out for some products?" And I just sort of gave him a kind of a broad stroke of what I was looking for, and so I don't know. I guess that's my real answer. There's not a plethora of them, that's for sure. Chase Elliott with the Prime Fire Suit patch. That's not the patch. That's not the kind of patch we were looking for Chase. Going to Paul. I got to open some more 130s, so stand by. Stand by to stand by. Chronicles is like a greatest hits album. Yeah, that's a good analogy. It's a good way to put it. Harvick, Truex, and Blue Phoenix, Harrison Burton. Going to Danny. Score standalone. Yep, I would too. I would honestly take anything. 134 or 199 for Harrison. If you guys didn't hear me last night when I talked about this, I'll mention it again tonight. According to my source, we were joking about me being Adam Schefter last night. According to my sources, someone close to the situation, there is a possible, probable chance. Anyway, there is, it sounds like plans being made for 6 releases for 2026 for us, for NASCAR. I have no clue what those products are going to be, other than I know it's probably going to include Donruss. I would think the 3 easy and most obvious are going to be Donruss, Prism, National Treasures. Beyond that, I don't know. Spectra, Spencer Davis. Purple, Cole Custer out of 25. Pedal to the Metal, purple. Going to Danny. Yeah, no kidding. That sucked. New releases week of major holidays is not ideal. Hopefully they learned from that mistake, because they couldn't have done well with sales right out of the gate with that happening. Poor marketing. We're going to go Chronicles. Purple, short print, 5 of 25. Corey LaJoy. Going to Andrew Haywood. Here, let's swap out Blaney. And we'll bring in Corey. It's been a minute since we've had a Corey LaJoy auto on the stand. 93 of 99, Red Chronicles, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Goes to Danny. I think I saw, is it Danny and Candace's daughter, maybe, is doing well in a golf tournament? I think I saw Candace post pictures, and I didn't stop to read all the details, but I think that's the situation. So that's pretty cool. Out of 199, Astral Unparalleled, Ryan Blaney. Going to Brian. And then Crusade Red, Austin Dillon. Goes to Dave Blazevich. 86 of 99. $22 out of 30. Brad Keselowski, Titan auto for James Holland. Back in the Brad K sticker auto days. Limited blue, Kevin Harvick out of 199. Goes to Ronnie. Again, good reminder for everybody tomorrow. The break tomorrow will be posted at 11:30 a.m. also. Pedal to the Metal, Christopher Bell. So next break is tomorrow at 11:30. I think we've got 11:30 Friday. I want to say 6:30 on Saturday and 1 p.m. on Sunday is the tentative plan as of now. C. Bell goes to William Steele. And then silver, Max McLaughlin. 2 packs left. It's been a fun spring break week. Hopefully everybody's enjoying it. We have a Spectra Dylan Lupton. He's an unlisted driver, and we'll go to Thomas Jones. Blue Select Richard Petty. Petty goes to Glenn out of 199. As I kind of look a little further ahead beyond this week, next week we will do our mail sale next weekend. So a week from tomorrow will be the mail sale, actually. Boy, that snuck up on me quick. So yeah, next Friday will be mail sale. A week from tomorrow. We'll do a repack break next week also. And the following weekend I think is WrestleMania weekend. I have to double check, but I think that's when WrestleMania is. So we'll probably do some kind of wrestling break for WrestleMania. I won't be able to watch it, but we'll still do something. Ooh, that's nice. For a 25 short print Kyle Busch Chronicles patch. That's cool. Kyle Busch going to Thomas. Nice patch. That one's better than most. Better than most. 19th and 20th is WrestleMania. Oh, okay, so we'll have another week in between there. And then it's like the 22nd is Donruss release day. So that's what's kind of coming down the pike here for us. Select Blue Kevin Harvick is going to be the last one out for the mixer. I think it was a good, solid mixer, guys. We pulled some nice stuff. Harvick out of 199 going to Ronnie. Let me move some stuff around real quick, and then I'll hit y'all with a recap, and we'll call this a night. No storms here yet, so maybe they've dissipated, or maybe they're coming in later. I don't know. But either way, we're good for now. We got the break in, so that's what I was hoping to accomplish. All right, so short prints went like this. We had Cole Custer to 25, BK to 25, Garrett Smithley to 25, and Brandon Brown all out of 25. 4 short prints. We had patches of Kyle Busch out of 25, Chase Elliott, and 2 Kevin Harvicks, to be exact. Autographs. We had Brad Keselowski, Ryan Blaney, Daniel Hemrick, Haley Deegan, Reed Sorensen, Michael Annett, Ryan Blaney again, Christian Eckes, Michael Annett again, Jeff Burton, Chase Briscoe, Greg Gaulding, Ty Dillon, Michael Self, Zane Smith, Derek Kraus, Mike Harmon. We had Corey LaJoie out of 25. Eric Almirola out of 10. John Hunter Nemechek, gold next level out of 10. And we started the break with the gold endorsements, Kyle Busch out of 10. No storms in Washington Courthouse yet. Well, that's a good indicator for me, Mike, because whatever you get is usually what ends up in our backyard. So if you haven't gotten anything yet, then we're probably still sitting clear. So anyway, I appreciate everybody's support. Like I said, I felt like it was a pretty solid break overall. We didn't hit anything that's like incredible, but we hit a lot of nice stuff. So, and that's kind of what you get sometimes. It's just a lot of nice stuff. So anyways, that's all I got for now. Again, we'll be back 11:30 again tomorrow morning, which is our normal lunchtime break anyway on Fridays. But it'll just be kind of a more traditional. So 11:30 posting tomorrow. And yeah, that's all I got for now. Everybody have a great rest of your night. If you're in the path of these storms that are moving through, be safe. Kind of pay attention to the warnings and information that's out there and do your due diligence. And we'll see you guys next time.